Mm, mm, okay. What's up, bro, kid? You said nice short. Did we take a short this morning? Did we take a short this morning? I don't know. I'm just, I don't know. I don't even remember, honestly. So pissed. The market's been being very non-straight lately. Very non-straight lately. Literally had the market. I mean, I had to log out my funded account, so I would have blown them damn things today or this afternoon because I went long at the open just for this thing to miss my target by a tick and then come all the way back down and stop me out. I just logged out the account and look at this move higher. I considered getting long at 26, but I probably would have got stopped out because obviously it went down to 23. But mm, no, I think that shit missed me. Hold on, did I take a short? I think it missed me. I think no, that missed me, Red Kid. No, I was in long, and then it missed my You know, it's crazy. I don't even recall that. I mean, this market has, like I said, it's been pissing me off lately. I really don't know what the heck is going on. Feel like I know what I'm doing, but I guess I don't. And let me see. Let me try to recall. I know I know I took a revenge short at the end of the stream. I know I took that short. You said that, but I think I missed the short at 260. Oh shit. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look back at the I'm gonna have to look back at it. Oh, you know what? Maybe you're right. I know I got in long right here, and this thing, I didn't take profits, and then this thing crashes out. No, that. Well, mm, yeah. Well, what happened after is that I hit daily loss limit in like 3 accounts. That's what happened. That's what happened after all that. I was pissed, man. Hey, what's up, kid trader? I was pissed. I hit daily loss limit in 3 accounts. And I should touch it perfectly too. 35, barely a tick. Well, the first day back, the first day back in the markets, and mm, first day back, and we're already starting to see the CFTC data come to light. I don't know why this isn't pinned. I guess it was. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Tony? What's up? So anyway, so first day back, we have more longs in the market than shorts. Actually, what I probably do is for this, because y'all probably can't see that. Mm, the black can be a candidate. Maybe blue. Okay. Yeah. Let's just do that. For the CFTC data, we'll make it like a let's see. A color that we can all see because probably can't see that. So I'm actually glad that you said that. And I'm glad that you said it that way. I'm glad you said it that way. The only reason why I do this by hand and like this is the same reason why I don't have a trading bot. I don't learn nothing if I have Claude do this for me. There's some things that I will always just do by hand. Oh shit. Uh, And the CFTC data is one of the things that I will be that I do by hand. It just becomes more intimate with the data when I do it myself. But I do have a prompt that I asked Chat GPT to make up for me, and we'll see if the prompt actually works tomorrow morning. But this is the prompt that I got. So this is the daily prompt anyway. And what it's asking for is I'm gonna tell Claude that it's gonna act as a professional market analysis. What I wanted to pull for me is the overnight and breaking news, market sentiment, political and social catalysts, economic calendar, high impact news, et cetera, market internals and context, key ES price levels, like the major support levels, resistance levels, et cetera, trade scenarios, risk factors, and then a summary. And this is what I'm gonna put into Claude every single trading day at the start of the stream, and we're just gonna go over it. So yeah. Mm. Yeah. Well, I feel like I'm underutilizing Excel. I feel like I should be doing more with it, honestly, but eh. Hmm. Well, anyway, I think this is probably like the first time that the commercials were neck and neck. They're like 50-50 right here. They're 50-50 right here, where they're both long and short. So, and commercials like to hedge their positions. So that's interesting for this week. I'm just kind of frustrated. Just frustrated. I feel like I'm getting in my own way and I'm self-sabotaging and I don't know why. Just don't know why. I'm getting in my own way. And the ES is helping. The ES is definitely helping. The market is helping me get in my own way. Cuz I had a great trade in my wifey account towards the end of the day during yesterday's session on the ES. And when I tell you this trade was immaculate. Shit, I got in literally right here at 1875. I was targeting 36 and it consolidated right here. And I was asking myself, why the hell did it do that? Why the hell did it do that? Why did it consolidate instead of running up and hitting my target? And then that's the main reason why I went long at the start of the session because I figured that it was gonna do it. But it did do it. It missed my target and it came back and stopped me out. And then it did it. And I was like, you know what? Whatever, man. Whatever. And one thing I find interesting is that this chart is literally different from this chart. Look at the EMAs on this chart versus this chart. And it's supposed to be the same thing. It's the same, it's measuring the same thing. These are EMAs. Yeah, these are EMAs. And the EMAs are not even the same on this platform, which is interesting because why is it not the same? Why are my EMAs all crazy looking and it's the same EMAs on the same platform? I mean, yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah, it's the same thing. And it looked completely different. Not a good look. TFD, formerly known as TFD, now Top Step, is it's not a good look. But mm, yeah, the EMAs are not even in the same spot. They're not even in the same spot. It looks like the EMAs didn't even move on this. Oh well. Mm. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I was just what I like about this Excel data sheet is that I built it myself. Hold on, give me a second. Yeah, so I built this data sheet myself from scratch, and I maintain this sheet for what it doesn't even feel like it's been 2 years, but almost one and a what is it, 2.5 years almost. It's like the third year almost. This is 1 year, two, and we're almost halfway. So this 2.5 years I maintain this document. This document is my baby apparently. But yeah. Mm. And as I trade the ES, and I guess as I get comfortable trading the ES, as I get back in the groove of trading the ES, I see that every indicator works on ES, and also every psychological barrier works on ES as well. When ES slows down and you're in a high pressure trade, you feel every second of it. Every single second of it. And ES will shamelessly come back to your break even and then pop right back up like it's nothing. Shamelessly. Honestly, I don't remember. I don't remember actually. That's the second time I've said that. I really don't recall. Mm. At 33, she got up to 39. 33.75. Yeah, I mean, mm, mm. Honestly, I'm surprised because I don't even remember even doing. I don't recall doing that either. Show up every single day. Man, that's just so easily said and such a difficult task to perform. Such a difficult task to perform. Showing up, taking the same trade every day, regardless of the results. Such a difficult task. You know what? I might just put a gold chart on this overnight because this ain't it. This is not it. Hmm. Well, gold can be very interesting here. Gold can be very interesting here. I think we probably see a move all the way back up to about 575, roughly 580, because it's a measured move at both areas and their structure at these moves. So, but still, even gold is not really moving. You know, it's interesting that as when I look at the tilt sometimes, it's interesting that there'll be more people short on the ES, but then sometimes there'll be more people long on the Nasdaq. Uh, they move very similar, so it's interesting that there's going to be more people long the Nasdaq and more people short the ES. Hmm. I mean, it's pretty obvious to see that gold is in a downtrend here. That's pretty obvious to see. That's pretty obvious. But uh, something else that I do notice is that we have a failed breakout here, and then we have a successful breakout there. So I do expect maybe a pullback to the trend line and then a push back up here. That's what I expect. Well, mm, mm. Should I take a trade on gold? Should I forgive gold after what she did? I don't think I want to forgive gold. Well, I may have an opportunity to get this order filled on ES here. May get an opportunity to get it filled, and then we can potentially see a move back up, potentially to 40. Hopefully that's what happens here. You know, probably like 40 and beyond, because if I can get a pullback here in the market, because it does look like the market is set up because we have price above the long, medium, and short-term EMAs. We have a breakout, and this will kind of be the pullback. And if the bulls can hold, we can see that second leg going higher there. So let's see. I'm going to get in at this consolidation. You know, honestly, I saw this yesterday. Well, and like I said, this was another reason why I thought the market was going to go a little bit higher than it did. Because, I mean, the market is still consolidating in this range, which is Kind of interesting. We already saw the breakout. I mean, it broke out and then it came right back into the range and then it breaks out again. So I think they hold the range this time. I think so. And then if it pulls back to this range and we see a bullish reaction, I think that's probably all the bulls need in this situation. Mm. I need to stop watching TikTok. I need to stop watching TikTok. I just gotta stop watching this content. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna stop watching it because my mind is filled with entertaining conspiracy theories. And, honestly, isn't it interesting how your mind will grab on to the most stupidest shit in the world, but you try to give it structure? It wants to, like, you have to ingrain it. You have to have those quote unquote 10,000 hours before it'll begin to naturally grab structure. You give it 10 seconds of bullshit and all of a sudden it's hooked instantly. 10 seconds of the bullshit. It wants to start to believe bullshit. Like some of the stuff that's on TikTok, I know majority of it is just bullshit. I know certain things to be true. And with that knowledge, I can watch content without having any emotional reaction to it because I have an understanding of why a person may believe a certain thing and why they respond to a situation that they respond to. Uh, I recently had someone tell me this story, and I was listening to him, and it's it's very it's very interesting how when people feel entitled, it's crazy that like the type of mental gymnastics that they can perform, especially people that tend to be argumentative with everybody of authority, no matter who they are. They because they don't necessarily achieve the goals that they want in order to feel powerful or in order to feel like somebody of importance, they attack people that actually put in the time to actually become somebody. They become naturally disagreeable. They become rebellious. They try to make someone that's actually accomplished feel little by using their words and trying to point out what they believe that that person is insecure about. And I see that and I understand where that comes from. I just explained why people do that. And when people talk to me about it, in my mind, I'm thinking, uh, how do you not how do you not see it? But then I understand that you don't want it, or that that person may not want to see it. They was recently telling me about how they were stopped by the police or something like that, and they was like, I didn't do nothing. Police officer, this racially, just they racially profiled me, and that actually may be true because they're not going to sit here and say that they don't do that. From a police officer's point of view, uh, they justify that behavior by saying that, well, these a certain group of people perform certain actions, and if they have a quota that they have to meet, because I doubt that they don't. If traffic cops have to meet a certain quota, I'm pretty sure every cop has to meet a certain quota. And if you have to meet a quota, well, you have to meet that quota, right? Not saying that it's right, but I guess that's just the business. But I'm just making an assumption here. Anyway, uh, usually I've had situations where obviously I had traffic violations, and every single time the officer let me go because I showed the officer respect. I understand that he has a job to do. I understand that I may have done something wrong, and I take accountability for it. And every single time, the cop just lets me go with a warning. Every single time. And I'm not saying that this happens often, but this happens like maybe every once in a while. It's happened like 2 or 3 times, and the officer just let me off with a warning because I was speeding. I just wanted to get to where I wanted to go, and I'm not going to sit here and argue with them talking about oh blah blah blah. You tag like, dude, yeah, okay, yeah, I was speeding. I apologize about that. It's just like just treat them like a human, and oh wow, they become humans. It's crazy, right? They deal with bullshit all day. You take accountability for your actions, and they let you off with a warning because they have the power to do that. But anyway, this person, instead of saying maybe I was wrong, uh, they yelled at the cop. It was being disorderly. Instead of just taking the ticket and handling it in court and just driving off, they wanted to argue with the cop, cuss at the top of their lungs, and then had the nerve to say, "I don't know why they arrested me." Like, dude, they arrested you for being disorderly and probably pissing them off. Like, these guys are law enforcement. They have the power to do certain things. And in the moment, they may be wrong, and you can probably take them to court later on. But who has time to deal with that type of bullshit to be arrested or harassed? Just take your ticket and go. It's not that damn serious. But at least that's how I see it. But you want to fight with the cop. You want to buck up against an authority, I guess, to see if you can get away with it, and then complain about the consequences. I guess I say all that to say this. Like I said, I have my hour that I watch TikTok, and I see myself just kind of taking in a lot of shit that stuff that I don't even think about. Like there's so many government conspiracies on TikTok. It's kind of ridiculous. It's entertaining, but I understand that certain things happen. I mean, with all this stuff that's been declassified and the government admitting to do with wrongdoing, we understand that it happens. But at the same time, I don't want to think about it, and I don't want that to affect my day to day. And for whatever reason, some of the conspiracy theories, my brain has latched onto it and wants to think about it. And I hate thinking about shit that, first off, I don't control. I can't change these things if they are true. And it does nothing for me to even think about it. And I'm just thinking about it. It's just something that I just randomly think about. Just thoughts that are just there. And it's just on topics that I haven't normally thought about before. See a lot of cop videos, and then, I'm thinking about that. So I guess I just had to find some other form of entertainment because now it just seems like it's kind of spilling into my thought process, and I don't like that shit. Mm. And honestly, I feel like I'm creating chaos in my life now too. I have this game that I've been playing. It's kind of just like it just gamifies performing tasks. It's like one of those little mobile games where you just collect items. It's like those card games where you collect items, they're cards, you can upgrade the cards, and they're like what is that shit called? Like the role playing games, I think, where you just have people and they take turns attacking, and who's ever the last team that's standing is the winner and stuff like that. It's just a bunch of tasks that I have to perform. At least that's how I see the game. It's just I just perform tasks. And for whatever reason today, I didn't I convinced myself that I completed all the tasks in this game. And then I was I was creating the energy to avoid it all day. I was like, don't worry about it. You did it. You finished it. And then I grab it today, or because everything resets at 7 o'clock Central Time for me. And then I grab the phone, about to perform my task, and I sat there and convinced myself of something that wasn't true. I kind of felt that it wasn't true, but I was like, I didn't feel like checking it, and I don't understand why I did that either. I don't understand why I didn't just double check it. I think I had about like 100 days of consistency, and now I'm back on day one. And I just feel like I'm just doing stuff, I don't know, just to make, I guess, a test, make myself angry or some shit like that. Just to see how, like, I don't know, man. It's weird how I'm just self sabotaging. I've been in a self sabotaging cycle for a while now. Been self sabotaging a lot, and I don't know what's up. I don't know what's up with that. Hmm. I don't know what's up with the ES pushing up like this without pulling back. After it's doing all this bullshit now, but earlier I couldn't even get my target filled. Bastard. ES missing me by a tick. Like shit, that shit wicked that man. Boy, that was frustrating. It was right here too. My it was 34 and a tick, and then it wicks up and then it pushes right back down. I don't know what the hell that was about. I really don't. I don't know what that was about. There was literally nothing here. It was a P&L target. I just needed the P&L to lock up the account for the consistency. It does this green candle. This is a green candle before it turns red. And then it gets here, then it wicks up and then it comes right back down. Missing the target entirely. I don't know what the hell that was about. Couldn't even take no profits, even if I wanted to take the profits. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't do that. This is I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not gonna do this anymore. Yeah, that's a photo, man. That's a photo of my trading partner. uh, oh, that was hilarious. That was funny. I needed that laugh. Is he just sitting there smiling, or is that a photo? Yeah, that's my. Yeah, that's a photo. Uh, before my trading partner had to forcefully had to go in office, we had a we both ran our own streams and we would talk. And ever since he went back to office, I guess it's just been, I don't know, man. I feel like if even if I went back, well, honestly, I couldn't even go back to an office even if I wanted to. But I would, I mean, I probably wouldn't do the morning stream, obviously, but or I would probably, I would make it work. I would figure something out. But Smith just said, "Fuck it." I guess he don't want to stream anymore. What haven't you heard in a while, Rocket? He said he doesn't want to go. Doesn't want to stream no more. Mm. All right, ES. I mean, like I said, this pump is triggering, man. It's triggering. It's triggering with this damn pump, man. Yeah, we'll probably see this thing push higher. Like, I'm trying to see if maybe I missed something. So 33.75. Well, I mean, I guess if I got in at 33.75 like I originally planned on doing, but I was like, dude, like it has a pullback to the EMA. Like, why would I get in right here? And then see, dude, it's like, uh, it's just, and I can't chase the ES because if I get in right here, there's no way that it's gonna go all the way up to 50, or I guess it can. Mm. It didn't pull back to the EMA, and now it's just running the stops to fuel this market higher now. Mm. Well, obviously I got to pull that order. Well, I mean, unless Trump says something, I mean, I doubt this thing pulls back. I doubt it pulls back. Like I said, I think this probably goes all the way back up to about on the ES. Let's see. I mean, this could go back. I guess this could go up to 49. I guess it could. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. This can go up to 49. You got all this liquidity sitting right here at 50. You have all this liquidity sitting at 50. And the one thing that the ES has continuously shown me is that don't trade against this. You see liquidity sitting at this level right here. Unless something is wrong, 9 times out of 10, price is going to probably, sometimes they'll probably tap it and then it'll kind of come back down. These indicators on the ES, they mean it. They mean it. Like this right here, it even missed this indicator, but it got really close to the indicator and then it drops down. And then as soon as the market breaks above, it kind of pulls back. And then now we're seeing, you can see it as soon as it breaks the structure, it pulls back. And now we're seeing the market trend higher. Same thing. Mm. Do I have, man? Mm. I don't think. Um, oh yeah, I probably can't do it on this screen since it's a window. I probably won't be able to do it on this one. But you can see like if you kind of go back and kind of watch how the market reacts to liquidity on the ES. I'm learning that the hard way. Don't try to trade against that because your feelings are gonna be hurt. All right. Well. 35. I mean, I doubt it, but all right. So if we can get a pullback to about 35, which, like I said, that's this will be insane to get in. That's insane. But the market could potentially come all the way up here to 250. I think that's where the market is trying to target is 250. I mean, I'm pretty sure I can kind of go higher, but I think it'll probably tap somewhere close to this area. We'll probably see the market kind of like somewhere in this area. Probably get some Iran news, Iran news, push into this area potentially. It pulls back, and then we can probably see a continuation because the market is making lower or higher lows. It's making higher lows, and it's kind of making that triangle right there. So if we kind of break out of this range, use this range as a area of support, because we got all this consolidation right here too. So obviously this entire area is support right there. Entire area is support. So I think a breakout pullback trade will probably be what I'll be looking for tomorrow. Because I think it's highly unlikely that we'll probably get into anything tonight based on because I guess if you missed the train, I don't think it's coming back for real. Um, 32, 32.75. Which, like I said, I doubt it. Mm, mm, okay. Yeah. Well, mm, let me see something. Where's my phone at? All right. So let's do this. Let's do. Oh, never mind. I can't do it on this screen. I keep forgetting that. Mm, I mean, this works honestly, and just want something that's repeatable. Interesting. I sat there and did all. All right. All right. So I got the Nasdaq set up. That's interesting that the market is kind of rejecting at this indicator right here. We're seeing the market reject at the trend indicator. After it breaks the first one, we're seeing the market reject at the second one. I mean, I don't know, man. When it comes to the Nasdaq, I will always be skeptical. And I saw this earlier today when with this trend indicator, if the indicator is saying that we're in a negative trend and I start to see that we don't see the green line, but we see the yellow line, price is going to probably reject from this, get close to the yellow line, and then the trend is going to turn bullish. I saw that happen twice today. And I wonder if that's going to be something that I should pay close attention to. We do have all this liquidity sitting up here, though. Obviously, with the biggest pool liquidity at 850, I'm pretty sure the market is going to want to come and tap that. It's going to obviously do that eventually. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with the market rejecting. If this thing breaks through this and we don't see a form of rejection, I mean, we are starting to see the market begin to reject, but if we don't see a big move down, that's going to be concerning. Mm, interesting. Mm, that's interesting. So you kind of see how we have this indicator saying that you should short this area right here, but on the ES, it's not saying that shit at all. ES says buy, buy, buy. The Nasdaq says that it could be it could be in for a temporary dip, and around 817 is probably where you should be paying attention. Mm, okay. So we'll see. Oh, shit. Let's see. I'm going to take this trade in the sim. That doesn't look bearish at all. That does not look bearish at all. I'm surprised that we're even getting surprised that we're getting in a rejection in the first place. That looks bullish as all get out. That looks bullish. What is that? 817. Ah, shit. Okay. still above that high right there. Let's see. 840. Mm. Mm. The one thing that I will say that I really enjoy about this indicator so far is that if I just need a quick scalp, if I just need a P&L target, going long or short at the indicator is usually like kind of like right here. I'm kind of in late on this position. The indicator was literally at these highs. Actually, it really goes to show that how accurate this indicator is because the indicator is sitting at 840.50. Wow, that was basically the high right there. 840.50. And if I got in right there, I would be up 10 points right now. Oh shit. Oh shit. What? Oh wow. Oh wow. That was a jump scare. I'm not gonna lie. That was a jump scare. I was on the right side of the market and that still was a jump scare. Wow. All right. Nice. Well, wow. 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 Hmm. Wow. Wow. All right. Well, all right. So I'm in this trade. All right. So I'm in at 35. Let me make sure. Okay. So 33. Dang, I could have got in with two contracts. 32.75. Okay. Well, so we're in. I don't know, like you. So this is the one thing I don't necessarily like about scalping or trading this way is because I don't necessarily know where I am on the chart, and I don't know where to really take my profits at or where I should take them. Well, I guess I could just try to take a 9 point target here if given the opportunity to do so. Okay. Given the opportunity, I'm gonna risk $250 to make. mm, mm, I mean, 47.75. 47.75 was last week's close. Hmm. I appreciate that. And Aviv? Let's see. Yeah, I'm not surprised by that. The Nasdaq got bought right back up. I'm not surprised by that. I'm not surprised by that. But anyway, but I mean, I guess the proof is in the pudding, man. The market came and we got shit from we was in it like what 30 or something. I really remember what was that, but man, so there was like a 40-point move from the top to the bottom so far. I mean, the market could potentially still come into this area at this EMA, but I mean, the way that they bought this thing right back up, the way that the way that they bought it right back up, that just tells me just how bullish this is right now. It shows me how bullish it is. Oh, okay. Interesting. Hmm. 33. Hmm. That would have been nice. That would have been a better profit target. Yeah. Yeah. I guess you just have to be this way because it's just how can you get what you want? Man, as long as this thing doesn't crash out, as long as it doesn't crash out, we do have the EMA still sloped to the upside. We still have the short-term EMA still sloped. So the market continues to go higher. What I'll be looking for is a market to probably pull back and then continue on. At least that's what I hope would happen. That's what I want to happen. I still don't like the fact that I become more comfortable in a trade like this once the 50 EMA is above my stop, because usually the market is going to stop and bounce and react at that 21 EMA, that short-term EMA. But sometimes it likes to come to that medium-term EMA first and then do that. Mm. I mean, that's I feel like that's if you're scalping. Book map does turn us into a game though. Mm. You know, that's very interesting. As I look at the Nasdaq right now, you can see that they pulled these orders right here, and then they moved them up to 880. They moved them from 870, and they moved it up to 8. Oh, well, I will have this marked out on your chart right here. Looks like we have a bunch of orders resting at 900. So we have a bunch of orders resting at 900. They pulled these orders at 870 right here. I mean, we're starting to see some orders building up at 880, but we still got these orders sitting here at 850, 845. We could potentially see a rejection here. A range between 835, 825. We could see a rejection right there. Mm. Yeah, it looks like the ES still has those orders sitting at 870 from this morning. Uh, if we look at the DOM, there was so many orders. I might actually put a limit order at 270, but I probably won't actually, because they'll probably miss it, make the move, and then they'll probably come back and then it'll run that area. Because if we remember, if we call earlier using the DOM, there was like over 10,000 just orders sitting there. So let's see if those orders are still visible. Yeah, I guess never mind. There was so many orders sitting at 170 earlier today. I'm sorry, not 170, 270. So there's orders sitting here. There's buy orders sitting here at 42. So this is probably where all the seller stops are at 42. And everybody had their stop at you said those are not buy orders. What are those? What are these? He says that's showing you the cumulative aggressive buy trades. So are you saying that this is where a bunch of buy orders are sitting at? It says for the entire session. Mm. So what does that mean exactly? Because when I see this, I interpret this as buy orders, and I'm assuming that these are stops, buy stops. He says, no, that's just a job totaling all the trades in that column. Oh, so this is all the trades in this column. That's what that is? You sure? Yeah, it's the VP. Yeah, yeah. So this right here is totaling all the trades at 242. I'm gonna get this figured out because I think well, I guess so. The one of the things that I do immediately under well, I do see that when I see this, I know that there's no orders here, and that price, if it gets into this level, can kind of just run through it since it's so light in this area. Honestly, it's kind of light in this entire area right here. Okay. Interesting. So, what about VPS? It says the sitting orders are shown in the bid and the ask column. So you're saying that like right now, this is the sitting orders right here. This is just all the orders that was transacted at these levels is what you're saying. So the VPS or the VPS and the VPB is all the transactions at these levels, and these are the resting orders at the bid and the ask. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. And the session volume profile just adds up. Okay, yeah, it looks like they're adding up these columns. They're adding them up. Mm. Honestly, I wonder what. So when they're saying that there's 14 orders, 9 orders, or whatever sitting at 237 and a quarter, as an example, there really can't be 12 orders sitting there. I wonder why are they only showing like 12 orders sitting there? That can't be true. That can't be true. Or I guess a more accurate statement would be that can't be accurate. Because I mean, we have about 31,000 contracts being traded right now in the E-mini S&P, and that doesn't even come close to the volume that's being traded right now, unless people just got their. He said it doesn't take much as liquidity is low during Asian. Mm. Trade what you see, not what you think, right? Trade what you see, not what you think. Trade what you see, not what you think. Mm. Mm. Okay. All right. Well, like I'm gonna leave this. Well, what I probably do here, what I probably do, uh, he said you should see the sitting orders during New York. You'll see 100, those 400s, and at those levels. Yeah, I'll pay attention to that tomorrow for sure. I'll pay attention to that because, like I said, I feel like, I mean, even though Bookmap is a visual of the DOM, I do feel like looking at the DOM is also helpful, and that will give me some insight. All right, this is why I don't talk to Chat GPT because this thing be wrong. Actually, well, mm, mm, mm. Well, all right. So I have my strategy down. The only thing that I have to consider now is will I continue to do enter in with one E-mini contract and try my best to scale in with another one so I can be in two, or I can scale in, or I can have one E-mini contract and scale in with the MES. If I scale in with the MES, I'll be paying $5 of additional, or I'll be paying $5 in commissions. I think. Forgot how much. Actually, I guess I can look to see how much Top Step is charging for commission. Because you're paying the fees and you're paying commissions too. Well, I guess I could just look paying fees and commissions. So, one or two contracts was 500, $5.60 plus commission. So that was like $7 in commissions and fees. So an MES cost about 50 cents. So I think it's like is it 50 cents round trip? Hey, yo, what's up, Steve? How are you doing tonight? Were you able to get in? Were you able to get into any trades tonight? I'm still waiting on. Actually, let me see. I haven't even checked. Well, phone's dead. Whenever Top Step approves my brokerage account, I'll start trading my live account. I'll start trading the live account. Oh shit. Are you long or well? I guess you're short. You short the ES or are you short the Nasdaq right now, or are you trading one of the precious metals? Uh, you said you're long. Hold on. You went long on the NQ and you're down money right now. That's interesting. Where'd you get in long at? You're long right now and you're down money. Oh, where's your entry at? Yeah, yeah. Okay. Uh, yeah. Yeah, yeah. That's why I try my darndest not to scalp anymore, cause man, uh, those pullbacks can get you, especially if you have decent size. If you got like a mini or two, those pullbacks, it seems like the market already always knows where your stop is, and it just goes to it and stops you out, and then pushes back up after it takes your liquidity. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. So I wonder why. Why did I thought that? So 124. You know, I think it was what's his name? Unfortunately, he's no longer with us. Ah, damn, what's his name? I think I know exactly who you're talking about. David Paul. Let me see if I said if that's the correct person. His name is David Paul. Yeah, Dr. David Paul. He said put your wherever you put your stop, put your entry there, and you'll be amazed how many times the market goes there. Yeah, it's so true. These market needs just like everything in this world, the market needs to be fueled by something. And these markets are fueled by the stops of retail traders. It's the only reason why we're allowed to participate. Our purpose is supposed to provide the whales, the people that are supposed to win, liquidity and make their pockets bigger and fatter and build generational wealth while we just transfer our wealth to them. But I feel that I should also be able to take advantage of the market and transfer wealth into my pockets. So I refuse to be liquidity, even though sometimes I make myself into liquidity. But overall, I choose to extract money from this market and not give and not be a liquidity donation to it. Interesting. I'm gonna watch these videos. Interesting. I just happened upon a whole playlist of this guy. I was just looking him up, and there's a whole playlist of him talking. So I might listen to it. I may listen to it. Let me just save the playlist. I may listen to it. He said you can trade. Well, that is very impressive. Trading futures with $500 is very impressive. Shit, my trading partner turned $500 into 30K. He turned $500 into 30K in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And he's done that. He's done something similar to that multiple times. Multiple times. Hmm. I mean, he has. He just hasn't. Like, he's kind of in the same rut as other majority of traders. I mean, this market has just been all over the place, especially with these this news from Iran. He's been kind of getting in his own way too. I mean, shit. He starts with $500, and sometimes he'll get to the point to where he'll get to 2K, and then he'll just, because you have all that extra P&L, you have all that quote unquote extra drawdown. He kind of falls for the same mistake over and over again, where he'll just, oh, I got $2,000. I'm just going to stay in this trade longer and see what happens, versus when he first starts out, because he doesn't have that much leg room, he has to have really good entries or he has to cut his position. And that's how he's able to grow his account to around. But then when he gets money in the account, his trading strategy changes and he begins to use his balance. He begins to trade his balance. He doesn't trade the market anymore. And that's kind of what, that's his cycle. But he makes a lot of money. Makes a lot of money. He just loses it all after a while when the market begins to act like this. No, that's true. That's true. You trade zero DTEs with options. I mean, once they update the PDT rule, I may go back to selling options. I made a lot of money selling options. The only thing that I hated about selling options uh, was the fact that if I closed out a position, I had to be very strategic about how many positions I closed out, or they would lock my account for 90 days, which is so freaking stupid. Uh, it was so stupid. I had so many margin accounts. They would lock my margin account, but didn't allow me to open up a new one. That's why I have like 10 or 11 accounts at Tasty Works or Tasty Trades or whatever they're calling themselves. And because The markets wasn't how it is now. The market would make a move and it would pull back. Now the market makes a move and it trends and it goes higher. I mean, people that sell premium and options are probably making a lot of money right now. Mm. Yeah, puts are getting wrecked. I think all these puts that came in SPY today got wrecked. Every single one of them. So all these, well, they either closed for a loss or they expired worthless. And vintage, you said that you're in a trade right now, 10 micros, 781. Let's see. So you're in at 781. Nice. Seven or oh wow. So you're all the way down here. 781. And that's a great entry. Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't taken. Yeah, that's a really good entry. Where are you targeting? That's a really great entry. Mm. Yeah, so yeah. I mean, overall we got to remember that I think we did somewhat kind of break the trend a little bit. We recovered from it, but we'll see because now we have price technically making two lower highs. If this thing comes up to this trend line and we see a rejection, if we see the market kind of come up and then we see a rejection, but shit, I don't understand why I even think about a bearish thesis when the bears don't even know how to hold anything. They don't know how to hold nothing. They suck. The bears suck. Like sometimes I ask myself, why do I even bother talking about what the bears can do when they continuously show that they don't want it for real. They don't want it for real. Yeah. He said 865. 865. Mm. Yeah, he can potentially get in that area. I mean, that is that pivot right there. So I'm assuming that this is an order block. I'm going to assume that this is an order block right here because we have the market doing this. It comes up, it pulls back, oops, and then we see the breakdown. So I, yeah, it can definitely come into that area right there. Does it get there tonight? Who knows? But I wouldn't be surprised if we see a reaction in this area somewhere. I wouldn't be surprised. And the high of that candle is 867. So, yeah. Mm. Yeah, and that was one of the reasons why I switched from options to futures. And it was the biggest reason why I switched. I don't have to deal with having a time constraint on anything. I can just make my money because, the most sucky thing about options is you not only do you have to be right, but you have to be right at the right time. Uh, I hated being right overnight and wrong when the market opens. Timing is crucial. I kind of learned this too late, but volatility trumps price movement. Now, the misconception, a lot of mistake that people make is if you get in as an example at 5 and price goes to 10, people think that, oh, just because it went to 10, then I should 10x my money, and that's not necessarily true. It's the volatility. It's how fast it goes from 5 to 10. That's what's moving the price of your options. And it took me, I mean, I stopped by the time I understood that. I wasn't even trading options anymore. I was trading options as if they were futures. I was holding them until it went to a specific price target, and then I would wonder why the market, or at least my contracts, didn't go up in value the way that I expected them to. And that's just not how options work. It's just not how they work. So, yep. That's why, I mean, I made way more money selling options than buying them. But I feel, well, I mean, I did have an option account. I did turn my $500 into 2K, and then I just started gambling. I don't know what it is about that 2K benchmark with me and Smith. Every time we get the 2K, it's just either we're going to make more money and they're going to get over that 2K buffer, or we're just going to give it all back. I don't know what it is about when we see 2K. It's just like, okay, well, let's just start gambling. Let's start gambling. But I made more money selling options. I can get into a good entry as long as price stays above my strikes. I can just sell the premium, or just I can sell it, or I can just let it decay and take the entire thing. Yeah, yeah. It sucks, man. That sucks. It's like I need to be greedy at the right time. I need to be greedy at the right time. It seems like the times when I don't hold a position, that's when it wants to run. When I do hold the position, that's the time where I should get in. Like it rejects perfectly at structure, and it's like, fuck, I should have got out. But when it's like, fine, I'll take the base hit, then it runs past structure, like it's not there. And usually I lock out my account, and that's always painful. Yeah, it definitely is, man. It definitely is, and it sucks. Cause shit, goddamn, why is it that greed feels so good? Something so bad shouldn't feel so good. Why does it feel good? Being disciplined sucks. Taking the base hit and then coming back and being consistent, that shit only feel good when you talk about the shit, but when you actually do it, it's the most horrible feeling in the world. It's horrible. It's not fun. It's a dead feeling. I feel dead when I trade consistently. When I trade responsibly. It's not even fun. It gets to the point to where shit, why am I even doing this? It's not even enjoyable. It's not enjoyable. But gambling is exhilarating. It feels good. You lock in, but then you can lose everything. Crazy. Everything, yeah, it does, man. That's how I know that there's like a devil. Like, who else will make the things that make you feel good bad? Like who else would do that? A bastard. They say what the road to heaven feels like hell, and the road to hell feels like heaven. Why is that? Like, why? Why? Why does that even need to be a reality? What's the point of that? What does that do for my evolution to all the good stuff in life, like cakes, cookies, candies, chips, all the good stuff, a burger clogs your arteries and kills you of cancer and degrades your body, and I have to eat like carrots and shit like I'm a rabbit in order to maintain my health over the for the long term. And that shit is not enjoyable. Yeah. Well, they do say that martyrs, they're usually the people that are most closest to their God. Isn't that ironic though? Isn't that ironic? Isn't it like, dude, isn't that ironic though? Martyrs are usually people that are the closest to their God. They've literally embraced the ideals of their God. So much so that they destroy themselves entirely in the name of their. Interesting. Interesting. Hmm. Oh, sadist. No, actually, I need to look up what that word. I don't know what that word means. What's a sadist? Someone who obtains pleasure from inflicting pain. I thought that was a. I thought that was. I thought that's what the first word was. I thought that's what that was. Person that enjoys inflicting. Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, I think you had it right. I think you had it right the first time, Rocket. Someone that obtains pleasure from receiving punishment. Yeah, you had it right. Oh, deriving pleasure from the suffering of others. I mean, yeah, yeah. I guess both can be true, depending on how you interpret someone's actions. Yeah, both can be true. I can see why. I can see why uh, some people can say that Lucifer is the true God or the God that they choose to follow, because if it wasn't for quote unquote Lucifer, uh, people that value intelligence, we wouldn't have that, right? I guess the story started in the Garden of Eden, and we lived in blissful ignorance. Blissful ignorance. And once we were given that light of intelligence, we began to think, and oh, wow, we're naked. And so we covered ourselves. That's understandable. Only, I mean, like, not everybody accepts the idea of living in blissful ignorance. Some people want to be, some people want to think and be creators themselves. People want to manifest their thoughts into this reality as well, instead of being willingly ignorant. So I guess it depends on how the person interprets the actions of their God. Okay. I'll give this trade 5 more minutes, and I'm just gonna let it run overnight. I'll give it 5 more minutes. Uh, I mean, that's just the one thing about trading in Asia is that this price action is kind of it just if you're not taking short targets, if you're not scalping, mm, I mean, I really got to think about this. I wonder why. Like, I wonder why I just create these ideas in my head because, you know, I was kind of thinking about why did I kind of like, why am I trying to deviate from the strategy that I had with the ES, where I have one contract, one E-mini, three micro contracts. I scale into two more, and then I stop out at 5 points for like what a 315, $360 loss, depending on how I structure the trade. And I'm finding myself trying to deviate from that. And my justification for that is commissions. And then because I'm sitting there thinking that I'm spending all this money in commissions, and that's not actually true. And it really is a reminder to myself that I have to really think about what I'm thinking about. Think about what I just kind of accepted to be true, even though it's not. I just don't like the idea of paying commissions. I really don't. Commissions and fees. When if I have five MES contracts and five MES contracts, and the round trip with commission and fees is at $1.24 times five. I'm only paying. Oh shit, That's $6.20. No, that's $6.20. I don't like that. And then plus the one E mini is $3.80. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like it at all. So every trade is going to cost me $10 at least. So $10 is going to go to commission and fees. I don't like that. Yeah, that's why my funded account I only take one trade. I take one trade per day and then I lock it out because I know uh, all those feel good chemicals that's released when you get that profit target or you get that profit goal that you're looking for, and the mind begins to pay. It's just so crazy how easily the mind is just so addictive to anything, man. I want to feel that. I want to feel the pleasure of getting the TP hit. So I'm just gonna make shit up. Oh, that looks like a setup, and then it convinces you that that is a real setup too. Like it really does. The mind is just so manipulative. Makes you feel like you're doing the right thing, and then wants to have post nut clarity after the fact. It's like, you know what? Now that I look at it, that wasn't a setup, but it already got what it wanted. It already got what it wanted. It doesn't care about the results as long as it gets what it wants. As long as it gets what it wants, it doesn't care about it, and then it wants to have clarity all after the fact. Like, man, well, shit, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, no shit, right? No shit. Okay. Okay. All right, guys. I'm going to end the stream here. I'm gonna let this run overnight. If I was following my rules, I would actually been in two contracts. But by the time I noticed, the market already bounced at this area and it pushed higher. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to get two contracts in, even though I should have been in two contracts right here. But I'll just rock out with this one contract. So yeah. Mm. But I do appreciate everybody that joined me tonight. We'll definitely come back tomorrow morning. and we'll definitely look for more opportunities to earn some more money. And with that said, peace out, everybody, and keep